I was telling people that I work with a lot of Olympic athletes, and frankly, they get burned out on what they do. Like, I work with a lot of these people, and they put so much pressure on themselves that they have to get this gold medal. Bronze medal isn't good enough. There's only one winner. They got to get the gold medal, and so all of a sudden you're going off a ski jump at the Olympics to try and do these things, but there's no joy in it. And we do yoga, we do meditation. I was telling them about the breath work we do with them, but I told them the number one thing that I do, them meaning just now this group, meetup group that I joined. The number one thing that I think has the biggest impact is to remember the person you were when you're 4 years old. If you've done our commit to bliss course, just let me say one thing before I get to commit to bliss. And that is, what happens to them is all of a sudden they go off their jump and they're just a 4-year-old going, woo! When you're 4 and you're on a ski slope, you don't care if you fall. You don't care if people are watching on TV. You don't care about the gold medal. You're just like, woo! And you just go. And that is the attitude for the next 2 weeks as we do the Blissology Project, with which I want you to do your yoga. Like, I'm just a 4-year-old. I don't care how my triangle pose looks. I'm just doing it for the pure joy. I've got nothing to prove and everything to share, and to really approach it from that. So just real quick scenario, I was telling people about actually our Conduit for Love course. One of the things we do, and this is important, I feel like the biggest mistake we make as a culture is what yoga teaches us, and meditation and nature appreciation, all these things that we want you to do, is they teach us to find a place inside of ourselves that's happy for no good reason. We don't have to be happy. We don't have to pursue happiness. There's just a place inside that is automatically happy, no matter what's happening go around us. Maybe we could use the word more content than happy. However, we lose access to that tether of contentment and peace, I think, one, when we don't make the time to connect to those practices every day. But one mistake we make as a culture is we make a wrong turn and we think, oh, I will be happy if you like me, if I get my approval. The thing we were talking about in our thing is like, if I gave you a zit, just touch your nose and imagine you have a zit on your nose. You're gonna walk around all of a sudden with the mindset of like, oh my God, no one likes me anymore because I got a zit on my nose. Or if we shaved your hair off, or an eyebrow, or whatever, you're like, oh my God, everyone thinks I'm so weird. But kids are just like, I got a zit. They don't even know what a zit is. They just walk around with it. And we have to teach them to be self-conscious, but the self that they're conscious of is not, we're not teaching them to be higher self-conscious, we're teaching them to be ego self-conscious. And that just has to end. And the story I was telling in Conduit for Love course, if you've done it in our online trainings, is that, we've all gone through it, but I noticed it with our son, Lion. I noticed it in 2nd grade. We used to tell him all the time, or people told him, and probably your kids too, and you when you were a kid, oh, you're so cute. And people would say that to him, but he had no idea what being cute meant. Like he was this, oh yeah, whatever, like, and you just get on the plane. And I remember one day in 2nd grade, Insia probably remembers this day too, and he was leaving for school, and he was like, checking his hair. And I'm like, here comes the download. I just wanted to say, welcome to the Matrix. Because at that point forward, his state of happiness is, am I having a good hair day or a bad hair day? Do people like my hair? And once you give your power away from that, like that, it's brutal. One of the guys revealed he's actually made a ton of money with his Facebook, social media. And so he doesn't have any pressure on him. He's like, my whole life I wanted to write a screenplay and play guitar. But I never wanted to do it because if I wasn't a really good guitar player, I'd feel like a failure. If my screenplay didn't get bought and accepted, it wasn't a good screenplay. Now he's just doing it, he doesn't need to tell anybody. And so I told him there's nothing to prove, everything to share thing. I'm going to give him one of our Blissology necklaces. And so I want to tell everyone, and now I'm telling you, to launch the Blissology Project. And now I might lose my thunder. But I don't know if you can see my phone. Oh, maybe. Let's see if I'm close enough. Anyway,
That's good.
that's good. That's me, age. Well, definitely when I didn't care what my hair looked like, which is probably still now too. But I don't know, age 6. So here's my first wild card request. I'm going to show you what is on my phone now as a screensaver. I don't even know because unfortunately I share my phone with our son, and Dad's work device is his play device. So he changed. Yeah, so there's my screensaver now. It's he thinks it's really cool. Actually, he hasn't found this cool for a long time, but if you press the button, it makes the lava move. Okay, so it's like a generic thing that comes on an iPhone. But first mission, Bliss Army, should you choose to accept it, is to change whatever you have on your screensaver and put a picture of you when you're, I don't know, 6 years, before you cared what your hair looked like, whatever age that is, okay? So before you cared what your hair looked like, put a picture of you at that age and make it your screensaver. So when you get on there and go, what's that?
I love that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's gonna be your first wild card. So you get wild cards every day, but this one will do the whole way through the Blissology Project. Because that's what we're trying to access, that inner kid, that inner joy body, that place of just like, woohoo! Why triangle pose? Why triangle pose? I had to come out of the closet and tell people I like Black Sabbath. I have these shoes that say Black Sabbath on the back. I just bought them here, and I'm like, I'm reclaiming my inner Black Sabbath lover, because everyone thinks I got to be this like, oh, Shanti. But if you, Spotify must go crazy with their algorithms, because it's like, oh, Shanti. But then they've got this whole like Soundgarden, Royal Blood, Black Sabbath playlist as well. So it's like yin and yang. And I was telling people that when I was younger, I grew up in a small town in Canada, and I love Black Sabbath. Everyone I came with was like, oh, Black Sabbath, oh, so cool, yeah. And then I went to this boarding school, and there were all these preppy kids, and I didn't fit in. And they held me down, the 12th graders, like 10 of them, and they held me down, and I had long Black Sabbath hair. And they cut it off with a Swiss Army knife. I don't know if you ever had your hair cut in your life with a Swiss Army knife, but it's not fun, especially being held down when you're in 9th grade by 10, 12th graders. And I had these Black Sabbath shoes on. I just bought them last week, and I told everyone, I'm reclaiming my Black Sabbathness. I love this music. That's me. I got to come out of the closet. I know I'm the yoga teacher, but I love Black Sabbath. And I'm like, I had to kind of go through this. I don't care. Well, when I hold me down, cut my hair off. That's just me. And like when you're back to the point about your phone, just that kid that just loved life no matter what. If you're a ski jumper, that person that just went out the jumps and didn't care if you got the gold medals. Because bringing it back to that story about working with Olympic athletes, we did that. We just go skiing, make it your exercise, and pretend there's no judges, pretend there's no NBC filming you. We did breathing techniques too, which we'll get into maybe more in the course, but I swear that had such a huge effect. And these people went from slumping to podium, gold medal. They used to be gold medal winners, and they went for like a year slump. And then they got the gold medals again just by bringing back their inner joy. And I don't want you to put your picture on your phone so you get a gold medal, because what I always tell people all the time, you may have heard me say this before, is you don't need a gold star. You are a gold star. Just remind yourself of that. When you were 6 years old, you just put your Batman t-shirt on, and you were like, you had the confidence level of Batman. Like, just go through the next 2 weeks with a picture of you on your phone and reclaim that inner Batman, Batgirl lover. Okay, so that's your mission. Everyone in? If you're in, one more round, high five, seal the deal with the